My name is James Vincent Walker, and I'm a guitarist. I've been playing guitar since 1975, I think. I started in 75 trying to tune the guitar. And then I thought I had it going on with the guitar until I got around some professional people and saw how they tune their guitars. They used to have what they call a pitch pipe. And you blow into them pitch pipes, and then they will make a certain pitch level, and you tune each string to them different pitches. But that was years ago. They don't even hardly exist anymore. But yeah, I met a group called Willie Banks and the Messengers as a teenager, and I was highly impressed with the way they present themselves musically. And they had a guy with them from Baltimore, Maryland, and the guy could really play. To this day, I haven't heard nobody that sound quite like him. He was unique. He was what they call a second guitarist, and the guy could really do some stuff. I mean, on a level I ain't never heard to this day. Now, I've heard a lot of nice guitars, but I'm just being honest. But I was so impressed with the way the guy played at the time. I was struggling to play, and so I worked hard trying to learn how to chord, because nobody wouldn't really show me the thing. I was left-handed, bottom size, up or southpaw, whatever you want to call me, a lefty. And I had to work 4 times harder to try to learn something. And I always had to go to we used to have what they call singing program back in the day. And I used to have to sit on the front row with a recorder that you record, and I would have to record. I have some nice guitar the Lord blessed me with, and one of my favorite guitars is a Gibson SG. And I like to play it, I like to practice with it if the neck feels good, and I practice on it all the time. And I got some Fenders, and I always was a Fender guitar player, but in the last, I'd say 6-7 years, I've mostly been playing Gibson, because my ears changed to the sound of music. The Fender got that single coil sound, which is kind of sharper and thinner, and the Gibson got the humbuckers in it, and they more fuller and smoother. So it makes a difference in the sound. Yes, I had the opportunity to play with a group called T.J. Jordan and the Mighty All-Stars. And somewhere in the neighborhood of 1977, I want to say, 76 or 77, maybe 78. It's been so long ago. But they gave me my first opportunity. And I played behind a fellow named Eddie Joe Ard that could really play good. And the guy, he was unique live. He could play the guitar behind his head, and he could pick it with his teeth. And I'm talking about on the professional note, he was on point. And so, yes, I had an opportunity to go to the studio with my Uncle T.J. Jordan around 1982, somewhere midsummer. I can't remember exactly when, but it was around midsummer. And we had a chance to go to the studio, and that was my first time being with T.J. Jordan and the Mighty All-Stars in a studio, and my first time being in the studio. And Stevie Wonder was, at that time, was recording in the studio, and I knew about it. And I was playing behind the Eddie Joe, but I wasn't that good, and I had to learn quickly how to play better guitar, because at that time Eddie Joe had to leave for reasons only he knew. But that made me have to become the #1 guitar player at that time for the group, and I had to work around the clock for 3 or 4 months trying to catch up to the music they want to record and other stuff too. But I pulled it off, and it was an experience to walk in the studio that I had never seen before. Didn't know what a studio was until I got to the studio in the country. And we had a good time down there, and we worked hard in the studio. I say they didn't let nothing slide, no wrong notes, no off-key singing. Everything was on pitch. We had, I think, Brian Williams on the drum from the Jackson Southerners at that time. We hired him to come and play, and he did a nice job. We had London Johnson from Bogalusa and he was real good. I mean, he could sing, he could play the organ, piano, keyboard. I mean, he was the man. And then we had a guy on the bass named Tommy. I can't remember his last name. I try to remember his last name, but I can't never remember his last name. He was unique. He just was a solid bass player. He didn't play a lot of stuff, but when he did play, he made it count. And so under all that pressure with those type of musicians, that made me have to come on with the come on. And I did. I did a nice job. One of my favorite songs on that recording was Changed Man. And when we were recording out there, it's amazing how when you're recording at that time, nothing sounds good through the headphones. Everything was just dry and flat and ugly. And I laid tracks on it, and when I got up in the studio, the control room, I was amazed at the way the guitar sounded. I said, man, I ain't never heard a guitar in gospel that sound like that. And check it out. It's unique. And so the Lord blessed me to move on from T.J. Jordan and the Mighty All-Stars. Around 1999, I got with a group called the True Believers. And really, I was outgunned because I was, again, in an organization with a bunch of great musicians that could really play. And but a guy named Castro Coleman gave me my chance at the True Believers, kept pleading with me to come, feel the shoes that he wanted feel in that spot. And so I did. So I left T.J. Jordan around 1995, 96, 97, 98, somewhere in there, and got with them around 98, I think it is, the True Believers. And they was a nice group, and they worked really hard, 2 and 3 days a week rehearsal, on the road on the weekends, Saturday and Sundays, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, we traveled around America, New York, Texas, different places, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, on and on and on. Me and Castro Coleman started a group called Highly Favored together, and Castro was the lead singer, but we operated as one. I worked behind the scene with him on it, and we had a chance to go to Bobby Jones in 2009. 2005, right after Katrina, we started that group up around October, and it lasted somewhere to 2012 or either 13. But it was a nice group. It was ahead of its time. The style of clothing that we wore, and the shoes, and the ties and bow ties, and the hats, and it was totally different from what people had been used to seeing in a gospel venue. But yes, we had a good time at Bobby Jones, and we had a song we thought was unique called Time Out, and we're talking about things that we do wrong in life, everyday life, and we can do better. And so the song was called Time Out, for the things that you're doing wrong. And we kind of opened up on Bobby Jones Gospel Show somewhere in the midsummer of 2009. I want to say it was in the month of May or either June. But they televised it in that fall of that year. I think around October, November. It's been a while, but it was nice. It was nice. We were doing it big and on a major level. But like I always say, things happen, situation comes, and things change. And so I had to leave the organization in 2010 for personal reasons. And I had been doing it for like 33 years, doing gospel music. And so the Lord blessed me to leave it and go back to church. And I started doing church music with the choirs and things. So, but I'm happy about what I decided to do. In life, there's no set thing you can do, but it's just all up to you on how you want to do it and when you want to do it. So, I just want to share some of my input with young people that's coming through. Take your music sincerely and practice hard, work hard, and let nobody tell you how to play what you feel on the inside. What you'll find, a lot of people want you to play, but they want you to play what they want you to play. And that's not really you. It's not really giving you any credibility. When you play what you feel on the inside and keep it simple, then, you get recognition. And that's all I want to say in this interview, but I just wanted to share some of the things I had done in my life, you know, and I thank God for it.